Welcome back to Twisted Stitches. How is everybody doing today? My name is Tammie. Thank you guys for coming here. Thank you for returning. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family here. So if you're new and you're just figuring out things, I am a fiber arts channel. I talk about yarns, sales. If I find a good sale, I talk about yarns that I get on Etsy shop. I love getting the indie dyers, the hand dyers that are on Etsy. I love getting a really good deal. I'll have videos of my Hobby Lobby hauls, sometimes a Michael's haul here and there. Let's see. Oh, I also have Yarn of the Month clubs and stuff like that you can find in my playlists. I mostly talk about crochet and things that I crochet. I am very new to knitting and I have dabbled in it. I have done a few knitted projects. Not enough to say I'm a knitter, but enough to say that I have a little bit of experience and I'm working on it. I haven't been real good with it. I've been mostly crocheting, but crochet was the first thing I learned how to do, and I continue to go back to it. Sometimes when I'm knitting something and it's just not working out, sometimes I'll just flip the script and go into a crochet mode instead. So a lot of times on my channel, you will find a lot of crocheted items, finished whips, all that kind of stuff. I would love it if you would think about subscribing to my channel. Make sure you hit the bell to all notifications because YouTube is a little bit wonky with the notifying. And I know if you hit the all, you will get notified every time I upload. Friday evenings are the evenings that I do my podcast where I just like to chitter chat and see how everybody's doing and talk about things that's going on and things that I'm working on. The others are usually either my Yarn of the Month clubs, or if I have a friend out there who is stuck on something or is looking for some help, I like to, once in a while, I'll have a tutorial or something. I do have a couple tutorials. So, okay, enough with that. I wanted to show you I am wearing my Boo shirt today, so don't get scared. I'm not trying to scare you guys. Now, I wore my witch shirt. I showed you last week these little t-shirts I got. I wore my witch shirt this last week while I was out, and I got so many people, younger girls, or I call them younger girls, early 30s, late 20s, and they're like, I love that. And I'm like, I know, me too, because I'm such a witch. Anyway, it has been a kind of a crazy week, guys. So, I've been saving money for getting some dental work done. And, well, Mr. Murphy has been, every time I seem to get a little bit ahead of the game and things go a little bit good for me and I think, ooh, good, I'm going to be able to do this or do that, Murphy comes in and says, nope, that is not happening. So right now, my truck, the only four-wheeled transportation that I have, is in a shop. It's with a friend who knows how to do transmission work because my transmission went on it. And so the money that I saved for my dental work, guess where that's going? Yeah, in my truck, because I'm hoping and praying, and if you guys are out there, if you want to throw a little, help her out and please let this work. Hopefully the fixing of the transmission will solve a lot of problems and I won't have any problems for maybe 2 years or something like that, because right now I can't get myself wrapped up into a vehicle payment. I just cannot, not at this point. It is pretty, it's out of my reach right now. So right now I need this transmission fix to work and be what I need it to be for a couple of years until, things smooth out and I can, maybe at that point in a couple of years, think about getting into having payments on a vehicle or something like that. So This week's been a little bit crazy because anytime I need to go anywhere, I have to go on my motorcycle. So if I got to go to the store, I got to go on my motorcycle. If I just want to get out of the house for any reason, I got to go on my motorcycle. As a matter of fact, after I'm done recording this, I need to go up and get a couple of protein shakes, because after all that, I started spending the money that I had to get the transmission fixed. I already had to give the guy money so he could get parts and stuff like that and have the transmission pulled. A day after that happened, the tooth that was bothering me, 3 months ago, and I was on antibiotics for, started bothering me again. So, like I said, Mr. Murphy's had it out for me, I think, from Jump Street. He goes, oh, look, Tammie's got some money and she's looking into getting her teeth fixed. What can we do to mess that up on her? I swear, that's what it feels like. But anyway, so I did kind of tell you that story because I didn't get a ton done this week. So this week I didn't get as much crocheting and or knitting done as I would have liked to, because it is a little bit, I get tired when I ride my motorcycle. Even if it's just short distances, it takes a lot out of me to even just, go 5 miles down the road, go shopping, try to pack everything into my bags that I need, come back. The bike is heavy, it's heavy. There's nothing I could do about it. So lifting it a little bit, to get it upright off the kickstand is, it works my body and it makes me a little bit more tired than usual. So I have found myself a lot of times how I was going to do stuff and I would come home and I would be like, yeah, I'm going to start crocheting or whatever. And I sit down and I start, and the next thing I know, I'm like, sound asleep, sitting up in the bed with crochet work. A couple of times I pulled out a few stitches and I went, yeah, this is working. No, put it down. So it's all right though. It's okay. I've been enjoying having a little bit more getting on my bike time too. I know it's kind of like, I don't know, whatever. And to top it off, it's been a little bit extra hot and humid here during the day. Now in the evening time, it's been getting pretty nice. I've been enjoying going out in the evening time, like right before the sun is starting to set, just going for a ride, getting out, even going up to like our local little beach park thing, whatever. It's Pine Island. It's nothing. It's not a great beach or anything, but it's right on the Gulf, and just watching the sunset or, just having a little outdoor me time has been just, I've really enjoyed it. I've been really enjoying myself a little bit more. I don't know. You know how it is, guys. Like I said last week, autumn, when it starts cooling off, that's when I want to be outside. And, as soon as that sun starts setting, I'm like ready to go, so I have been catching myself working a little bit during the day while it's hot outside still, and I don't really want to get on the motorcycle. And then it gets around 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I start getting ready to go somewhere, and the next thing you know, it's like 5:30. I'm like, gone for a little while. So yeah, I've been catching myself do that. I've been just doing that a little bit more. Look, Sandy, I just wanted to show you, I found a thing to put all the little stickers on so I don't lose them. This has a sticker on it already. So I just put them back here so I'm able to save them. Yay! I didn't ruin them. Thank you, Sandy. I do love them. They're so cute. Oh, my goodness. Have you guys, I have been watching on my Facebook page some of our friends here on YouTube, like Lisa and Darla with the Crafty Yarn Owl, and Lisa's Crochet. I think that's her name. Lisa, I'm sorry. Lisa, I'm sorry if I messed it up. But both of them posted snow. And oh my goodness, snow, it's not even the end of it is towards the end of October, but oh my goodness. It seems like to me that here in the southern states, we are just still in hot mode, and the people up north are already jumping into winter. It's like fall is just non-existent for us this year. It seems like none of us are going to get that lovely fall weather. I'm hoping to get some of that lovely fall weather. What I'm hoping for in another maybe week or so, fingers definitely crossed, is I start getting that where the cold fronts make their way all the way down to Florida, and we have during the day only high of like 77, and then in the evening time it's like only a high of like 59, 60. And no humidity or very little humidity. I am so waiting for that time of the year. And then you're really gonna miss me because that's when I'm really out and about. Oh Lord, yeah. So that's been going on. I've been seeing, have you guys watched some of the YouTubers that are on here? We have Darla, the Crafty Yarn Owl. She put up a tutorial for a really cute lacy top. I just saw that, and I haven't gotten to watch the whole video yet, but I saw that she also has a scarf and mittens, or scarf and a hat set that I saw. Well, Pamela's Adoring Crochet has been putting up a lot of stuff, and I've been hearing some things about some wonderful hats, and I'm gonna have to go check her out. I've been trying to keep up with everything. Oh, and then we have Natalie at Natalie's Closet. You guys, if you know any of these people, you know, go over and check them out. I will leave the link in the description box for you guys, so you can easily get to these other YouTubers. But Natalie of Natalie's Closet, she's working on 13 days of Halloween, where she has the Halloween Advent with the mini yarns, and she's working on a shawl, and I just saw that the other day. It is looking fantastic. I mean, there are so many wonderful things going on. Oh, and don't forget about our wonderful friend Reggie at J Hook Crochet. She still has a crochet along going on. I will leave the link in the description box to her video. I think it's good until the end of this month, guys, so you still have a little bit of time. It's a cornucopia, and so if you want to, I know she's doing the crochet along, and it's on her Facebook group and everything like that, so you guys might want to check it out. I will leave the link to the video about that crochet along. As a matter of fact, this week I'm going to try to get a little bit of that done. I might not finish it, but I'm going to try to work on that a little bit. I still have to work a little bit more on the blankets. I was naughty, and I only worked on the corner to corner. I only did a few rows of that. I know, really bad, Tammie. And I didn't do any on Riley's blanket that I'm using, that Voltron Melody, My Melody yarn. Is that what it is? I have it right here. Hold on. See, that's how bad it is. It's been sitting here all week. I have not even moved it. Yeah, the My Melody yarn. I haven't done anything with this. I'm a bad grandma. I'm sorry, bad grandma. Grandma will work on it this week, I promise, Riley. And I will also work on the corner to corner. But what I did work on is, y'all remember I was knitting a hat for Tom. Tom asked me to knit him a hat with his Motorcycle Club colors, which was black and gold. And I don't know, it just seems like every time I was pulling out that knitting, it was just moving along so slowly. It was like the black stitches, I was having a hard time seeing them. I had to make sure that I had no contacts or glasses on so I could hold it up close to me. And it was making, you know how when you're new to a craft, here's an example. When I first started crocheting, I remember just holding on so tight, and just every stitch was an effort to make sure I was doing the stitch right, you know? So knitting, in a sense, is kind of like that for me. So when I'm knitting, I know I'm more tense than like when I'm crocheting. When I crochet, I sit back, I relax, my shoulders are relaxed, I know what I'm doing. I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. You know, it's repetitious muscle memory. My muscle memory knows what to do. I don't have to think about it. It just knows what to do. You know, when I look at a pattern, I'm like, yep, I know what to do, blah, blah, blah. I do it. So with knitting, I know what to do. I know the movements, but I don't have that full muscle memory yet. So I catch myself being really like my shoulders up and I'm holding myself real tight. And after about half an hour, I start like, oh, my neck hurts, my shoulders hurt, I'm tired, my arms, like instead of just relaxing and holding my work relaxed in my lap, which I see people who have been knitting for a long time, they can sit there and just relax and do it. Some of them can do it just by feel, especially if they're doing like a hat and going around and around in a circle. They can feel their stitches as like I can with crochet. I can go around and around and around and feel my stitches. You know, if I'm doing half double crochet around and round and round, I can feel the stitches. I don't even have to really look at what I'm doing and glance down once in a while. So I can do it, you know, crochet is old hat for me, you know how that is. So I was picking up this is a really long story, sorry guys. So I kept picking up the knitting and I would do about 2 rounds and I've got about maybe a 2-inch brim so far, and I was doing the Ross hat, so it is knit 3, purl 2, knit 3, purl 2, you know, in a circle. And so, you know, and then of course the purls, you know, I go knit, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like trying to manipulate my fingers, because I hold continental style. I don't throw my yarn because I don't have good grip. I don't know, maybe I should try throwing my yarn and practicing using my right hand and maybe learning how to flick it with my right finger, my right index finger, instead of doing continental. Because when I get to the purl, I've seen so many videos and they're like, oh, it's so much easier. You just hold it down like this. But to me, sometimes if I'm not holding my stuff just so, I feel like I'm losing everything. Like I'll just lose the purl stitch. So, you know, I have probably, for the brim of the hat, I know it says the brim is like maybe 2 inches, but I like to go a little bit more. I like to make the brim probably closer to 3 inches, just to give it a little bit extra grip, because when I do the brim, I go down a needle size. Like if the hat calls for a 5mm knitting needle, I go down to like a 4mm knitting needle to do the brim. So the brim is a little bit snugger, because with riding motorcycles and stuff, you want to make sure that the hat goes on and sits a little bit snugger on your head and doesn't fly off. Because one of my first knitted hats that I made him, he could wear it, but only after he got off the motorcycle, or if he had the helmet on over it. But if he just wore the hat and he was riding, the hat would try to fly off. So that's when I started doing the brim in a smaller size needle. And then I bump up to like a 5 to do the body of the hat. I was almost done with the ribbing of the hat. And I don't know, I was sitting there, I was like, I just want to get this done, you know, because I've been promising him this stupid hat for, what, 2 months, month and a half or something like that. And I just was not working. I just wasn't really doing it, you know, I'll just be honest. It was, you know, I want to knit, but I want to knit something for myself. Is that it's kind of being selfish, but I've already made him 3 other knitted hats, 3 other Ross hats, knitted hats, and I want to put something on the needles. Like I want to practice making a shawl and stuff like that, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So, you know, a little bit of selfishness there. So I decided, and he even said, he goes, well, can you just crochet me the hat? And I'm like, yeah, I can crochet the hat. So now I made one of the hats already. I crocheted one of the hats this week, and he wants 2 of them. He wanted one in this style that I'll show you, and then the other one I'll tell you about in just a minute. So let me start with, this is what I was also knitting the hats out of. So I definitely still have plenty of yarn to make another crocheted hat, and probably still have enough yarn to make the knitted hat, because the knitted hat uses a lot less yarn. But anyway, I got this Yarn Bee Soft Secret in the color black, and this one is in the color Saffron. This is number 120, and this one is number 20. So these are the colors of his motorcycle club, is black and gold. And, you know, when I picked these up when I went to Hobby Lobby months ago when he asked me to make him a hat. And, you know, the colors were good and everything. To me, I was like, oh, well, this is just like Caron Simply Soft. And it is in a lot of ways. It's probably manufactured by the same, it probably comes from the same place as the Caron Simply Soft. I'm not 100% sure. This is a 4-weight, 100% acrylic, very soft, very nice, just like Caron Simply Soft. But I have found, when I was making this hat in particular, I had to cut away 2-inch chunks, and I had to do it 3 times with this hat, where the plies had not just unraveled, but it unraveled and like floofed all up really strangely. I didn't save the pieces, I threw them out, but like they when it was kind of starting to go through my fingers, I thought it was a knot in the yarn, but it wasn't. It was literally this chunk of fluff, and you couldn't work it into anything, because it would be really noticeable. So I had to cut away 3 separate times, making one hat with this stuff. And in just a little bit of use, I don't know if you can tell how fuzzy this is already starting to get. It is really, look at this. Can you see that? Can you see that fuzz? It just is so, look at that. It seems like this hat is just going to turn into a big pile of fuzz. I don't know. I am a little bit disappointed in this. I have Caron Simply Soft. Like, here's some right here. I've worked with this. Now, it does get a little bit fuzzy, but look at, like, it takes a lot. Look at, I'm rubbing on this, and I'm not fuzzing up nearly. You know, I got a little bit of fuzz. That's what happens with Caron Simply Soft. See, I got a little bit of fuzz. But this is really bad. This is really bad. So I am disappointed in this Hobby Lobby Soft Secrets. I don't know if I'm going to make his knitted hat out of this. I think I'm going to find some of that anti-pilling stuff. I've used the Hobby Lobby anti-pilling yarn, and it worked out really nicely. It worked up really nicely. It didn't unravel. It didn't get all fuzzy like this. Maybe I should order some from Premier. I know that Premier's everyday anti-pilling, their Aran weight and their DK weight. I mean, I hear Cinnamon Stitches, Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches, she raves about it. And I've also heard other people rave about it. So a hat that you put time into, especially knitting, you don't want to put time and make something, especially if, you know, you're new to knitting, new to crochet or something. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but you don't want to take the time and put it into your project and then have it just turn into a big pile of, and you don't even really want to wear it because it doesn't look that good anymore. So I don't know. You guys tell me, what do you think? Do you think I should just not do the knitted hat, start over, go get some new like anti-pilling yarn, whether it be Premier or even the Hobby Lobby anti-pilling yarn that they have? Do you think I should do that? That'd be a good idea. What do you guys think? But let me show you the finished hat that I did do this week. I know I'm bouncing, guys. I'm bouncing. So, now don't look at that. I messed that up totally. And I'll be darned if I'm starting all over. It is fine. It'll go in the back. It's good. I don't care. So that's what you'll see. And if you have a problem with that in the back, then that's what I told myself. If you got a problem with it, don't wear it. I don't care. So I made this because this is one of those hats that you make flat and you go back and forth. Like this is, I have 45 half double crochets going back and forth, and I do it in the back loop. So you get that nice stretchy knit that knit look hat, I guess you can call it. I don't know. That's what I'm going to call it. Anyway, so what I did, I was trying to figure out how, because he didn't just want two colors. Like, he didn't want just a chunk of black and then a chunk of gold. He wanted it to be like this, where it would be like here at the brim, he would have a little bit of gold. So this, at his brim that he rolls up, then he would have some black, and then he would have some gold, and then have some black again. So I was like, okay, so how am I going to do this without having to have a bunch of, without having to have like a bunch of like different balls of yarn, having like a ball of black yarn, a ball of yellow, another ball of black, another ball of yellow, another ball of black, so you can switch out, So I just decided to carry the yarn, and I was like, you know what? It works out pretty okay. You can see a little bit of the black yarn running through the gold, and you can see a little bit of the gold running through the black. But I basically did it like when I worked on the gingham blanket, hold both strands of yarn. When you're in the black, you hold the gold and you crochet over the gold, and then you change up the yarn and then crochet over the black with the gold, that. I thought that would work out pretty well. And it did. It came out really nice. I like the way it came out. Now, when you do that though, you will get like a little bit. I was almost thinking about running a round of like single crochet around the brim, but then I thought it might look weird. I don't know. Should I do that? Should I run in black a row of single crochet all the way around or something like that? Or is there something, a technique, you guys, and it won't mess it up or make it look weird, or will it look all right if I put some single crochets in there, even if he wears it, because he's not going to wear it like a slouchy. He wears it like a beanie, so it'll be like this. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. But anyway, this is how the hat came out. I think it worked out well. Not real happy about that. That was my mistake. Like I said, once I realized what I had done, I'm like, I'm not pulling it out and fixing it. It's just staying like that. We'll just call it something to talk about piece. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. So here, let me try it on and see what you guys think. Tell me what you guys... I'm not into hats. You guys know that. But what do you think, huh? It's not too bad, huh? Let me move my hair out of the way. See? It's not bad. It looks okay on, and so this is one of the ones he wanted. The other way he wants me to do, which is going to be way easier, what I'm thinking about doing for the one that's just where I crochet in the round with half double crochets with the standard crown increases. That's the one I'm going to be doing next. I'm thinking about doing it where it starts out black at the crown, and then have like maybe 2 rows of the gold, and then maybe 3 rows of the black, and then maybe another 2 rows of the gold, and then do another like chunk of black, and then towards the bottom do the same thing where I have 2 rows of gold, 3 or 4 rows of black, and then 2 more rows of gold at the very end of the, at the bottom here. So, and then finish it off with 1 row of black around it. I don't know if that makes any sense, if you guys can picture what I'm talking about. What he liked was, we were watching Bad Boys 2 with Will Smith. And Will Smith in that movie, when he's on the train, if you guys ever watch it, he's wearing a crocheted in the round with half double crocheted hat that was white with just a little bit of black striping in it. So I think it was, or if it was black with a little bit of white striping in it. I can't remember. It was one of those two. But if you guys go look on Bad Boys 2 when he's on the train, and you will see that Scully cap. And so he asked me to make something like that, because when he saw that, he looked at it and he goes, "Isn't that crocheted? And I said, yeah, that's a crocheted cap for sure. And he goes, oh, I wouldn't mind one of those. And I was like, well, you should have told me that to begin with. I wouldn't even started the knitting project. I would have already had that done. Like I said, I could have had that done in like just 2 days max, and I could have had that done. And that's not working on it steady. One day for working on it steady, you know, a few hours and it'd be done. So I was like, really? I could have had that done. This here took me maybe a total of 6 hours total time. I worked on it here and there. Like I said, there was a few times I fell asleep with this in my hands. So I don't even know how long I was working on it before I fell asleep. That's all I know is I woke up with the hat in my lap and the one stitch way over here. And so I don't know what I was doing. So that is my big finished object on Finished Object Friday. Yay! Woo! So what did you think about this? All right? Not too bad. Yeah, it'll work. It's fine. It's fine for a guy who's going to be on a motorcycle. Yeah, that's fine. It works. And like I said, I'll be doing the one with half double crochets in the round, and I'll be showing that. I probably will have that done this week too. Hopefully I'll have the corner to corner done and the other hat that I was talking about. And I have to put a little time into Riley's blanket too. So those are my goals for this week. What are your guys' goals? Let me know. Okay, so I got a wonderful postcard in the mail. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? That is the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. This comes from my friend Emmy. Hi, Emmy. How are you? And she writes that, she says, greetings from my city. I work about 4 blocks from where this picture was taken, Emmy. So thank you, Emmy. I love getting postcards. Look at that. That is so cool. I've never been to Minnesota. I think the furthest west I've been is Arkansas. And I was in St. Louis. Yeah, I think that Arkansas is the furthest west I've been. And I don't remember. It was like I accidentally went into Arkansas. So, yeah. So anyway, that's the furthest west I've been. And
as far as north,
I've always only been northeast because I lived in Jersey and New York, or went to New York and stuff like that. So I've never went Midwest. I've never been into the Midwest. Thank you, Em. I love the postcard. I was so excited. I opened it up and I was like, oh, a postcard. Awesome. Somebody thought of me. And I just love getting postcards and letters from you guys. I appreciate them. And I do hang on to them. I'm going to be, right now I have them all put away in like a big envelope. And I need to get I don't know. I don't even know. I've never done it before. I'm really bad with that kind of stuff. But I want to get something like a memorabilia keepsake type album or something. So I don't know. What would I put it in? You guys, what would I do? How do I do that? What do I buy? Let me know what I'm supposed to do. Leave it in the description box for me, okay, guys? Anyway, thank you, Em. I appreciate it. Love you, hun. So that is it, guys. That is all I have to show you this week. So you saw Riley's blanket. I didn't do anything to it, so no sense of showing that. You already kind of saw it anyway when I was showing you the label. And with the corner to corner, I did just a few rows, and I haven't really made a lot of progress on that, but I will work on that. I might get most of it done this week, and then I'll have a finished object to show you next week. Yay! So I have a little bit of sad news because of this whole thing with my truck needing repairs, and I'm having to dip into my dental work money that I put away. I have some yarn coming next month. I have my advent calendar that will be here for the month of December that I'll be opening through the entire month of December with Felicity Yarn Studio. I have a couple more things coming, and I do believe in December, because I have some coupons, I'm going to be finishing with Knit Crate for a little while, putting that on hold. So starting in kind of even next month, I won't have as many Yarn of the Month clubs. I'm only going to have a couple. And in December, I may only have 1 or 2 Yarn of the Month clubs that I will keep. I'm not 100% sure, but I need to start socking money away again for my dental work. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Just kind of giving you a heads up of what's to come. I will, of course, do my podcast, and I will still work on my crochet and knitting, but there'll be a little less yarn porn going on for a little while. I have to do, financially, I need to do a little bit of self-restraint. So I'm going to need you guys to help me. Help me. Don't show me yarns that I love. No, it's okay. I can look at the yarns and drool a little bit. I can window shop. I can look and go, oh, that is such pretty yarn. Oh my gosh. Drool, drool, drool. I can still do that. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's all I got to talk about. So I hope everybody had a fantastic week. I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy and everything's going okay in your lives. You guys are a blessing, and I am so happy that you're here. Thank you so much. If you would, consider subscribing to my channel, hitting the all notification bell, leave me a comment. Liking and sharing my video is greatly appreciated. I appreciate everything. You guys are wonderful, and I will be seeing you definitely really soon with some more Yarn of the Month clubs, and I will definitely see you next Friday for my regular podcast. I will be back on here, I think Monday. I think I'm going to do, I think it's going to be time for a giveaway. I think I'm going to do a giveaway video on Monday. I'm going to gather up some things, and it's going to be time to do a giveaway because my podiversary is coming up. Like I said last week, it's coming up in November. I haven't even looked to see what day was my first video put out on. I think it was around November 19th. Not 100% sure, but it was in that time frame. So I need to have a giveaway for my podiversary. So on Monday, I will be announcing the giveaway. Okay, guys? So you guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay creative. I love you guys, and I will be talking to you guys really, really soon.